All right, so the world is going crazy for AI, right? And if you're a leader, the pressure is on. But here's a thought. What if getting ahead isn't about being the fastest, but about being the clearest? That's what we're digging into today. How to really lead with strategy in this new age of AI. So let's just get right to it. Leaders today are basically in a sprint, trying to use AI to be faster and smarter than everyone else. But are we even running in the right race? In this mad dash for speed, are we losing sight of what actually matters? Clarity? That is the big question we're tackling. On the one hand, AI looks amazing. It promises these instant answers, productivity through the roof. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But there's a flip side, a real trap here. If you just jump in without a solid game plan, AI can actually take your existing biases, your flawed thinking, and just blow them up. You end up with bigger risks and, honestly, even more confusion than when you started. And that really gets to the heart of the problem for so many leaders trying to adopt AI. We've got this dangerous idea stuck in our heads that making a decision faster automatically means it's a better decision. But is that really true? Think about it. Leaders are absolutely swimming in data, more than ever before, and yet they still fail. So why? It's definitely not because they don't have enough information. It's because of all this other stuff, this constant mental static that clouds our judgment, the crazy pressure to decide right now, and making big calls based on assumptions we haven't even thought to question. And here's the kicker, the really crucial point. AI doesn't solve any of those problems. No, it makes them worse. It amplifies them. If your thinking is messy or biased to begin with, AI just becomes a super fast engine to get you to the wrong answer, and it'll make you feel dangerously confident about it too. Okay, so if AI can be this powerful tool for both good and bad, how do we make sure we're on the right side of that? How do we stop it from just adding to the noise and instead use it to find real clarity? Well, it all comes down to a really big shift in how we think about it. This is the new game for every leader out there. We live in a world where AI can spit out a million answers in a second. So the real challenge, the new superpower, isn't about finding the answer anymore. It's about asking the one perfect question that gets you to the truth. And that's something only a human can do. And this quote from MIT Sloan just nails it. They say the key isn't just having access to all these AI insights. It's about knowing how to ask better questions with AI. That's what drives real change. So you see, the future of leadership isn't really about being a tech wizard. It's about becoming a master of asking the right questions. So when you start thinking that way, it opens up a totally new model for leadership. It's way more powerful. We're talking about treating AI not just as a tool you pull out of a toolbox, but as a real partner in your thinking. So instead of just handing off our thinking to a machine, we start to see AI as a cognitive amplifier. Think of it like a magnifying glass for your own mind. If your judgment is clear, structured, and sound, AI makes it incredibly powerful. But if your judgment is a little shaky or biased, well, AI is going to make those flaws look huge. I love this idea of your AI being a mirror. It's perfect. Because a mirror doesn't have an opinion, right? It just reflects what's in front of it. And it's the same with AI. The quality of what you get back is a direct reflection of the quality of the instructions you give it. It's never going to be smarter than the person guiding it. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, this new model breaks down into 3 clear levels of thinking. It's a framework you can use to build your own personal AI mentor, taking it from a generic tool to something truly strategic. This framework is basically an evolution. It takes you on a journey with your AI through 3 stages. You start by training it as a simple clarity coach, then you level it up to a systems strategist, and finally, you turn it into a decision mentor for your most important calls. So, at level 1, your AI becomes your clarity coach, and its main job is not to give you answers. In fact, it's the opposite. Its job is to help you think. It makes you slow down, forces you to separate what's a fact from what's just your interpretation, and it helps you dig up all those hidden assumptions that are secretly running the show. Then, you move up to level 2, where your AI becomes a systems strategist. This is a huge leap. This is where you stop just blaming people for problems and start seeing the entire system at play. The AI helps you see how different parts of the organization are connected, where there are hidden tensions, and what the second and third order consequences of your decisions might be. It's about seeing the whole chessboard. And finally, at level 3, your AI graduates to become your decision mentor. This is your go-to partner for those really high-stakes choices. It helps you bring structure to the chaos of a big decision, pointing out risks you might be blind to, and helping you develop and analyze several solid alternatives instead of just going with your gut. Okay, so what does this all add up to? What's the real-world payoff for adopting this kind of leadership model? What happens when you actually build and use this AI mentor? Honestly, the benefits are huge. We're not just talking about making slightly better decisions. This really transforms your entire leadership style. You start making safer, more thoughtful choices. You spot those invisible biases and risks before they become disasters. And maybe most importantly, you start leading with a sense of calm and perspective, because you're seeing the whole system, not just reacting to fire.
So look, at the end of the day, this isn't really a program about learning AI. It's a program about learning how to lead better. With AI as your partner, it's about developing your own mind, making you a sharper, more modern, and way more effective leader. And that brings us back to that central idea, that final thought to leave you with. If your AI is a mirror of your thinking, what is it going to reflect? Will it show back chaos and rush decisions? Or will it reflect clarity and real strategy? In this new age, that choice is entirely up to you.